I think mentally I just like decided like the baby's not coming this week. She's not gonna be born. Hey, welcome to my 38-week pregnancy update. I can't believe I'm making a 38-week pregnancy update. I thought by now I would have gone into labor, so I wouldn't be able to make this update. I totally thought between 38 and 39 weeks I would have this baby, but tomorrow I'm 39 weeks, so apparently she's not coming at 38 weeks. So let's jump right in. This past week, the baby is the size of a winter melon. It looks like that. I have no idea what that is. The other app says she's the size of a spaghetti squash. The other ones for this app were kind of weird. Like, she's the size of a Pomeranian. I thought that was kind of weird. So she's apparently 19.6 inches long and 6.61 pounds. So I don't know, that just seems weird because she's apparently longer than Grace was when Grace was born, but like 2 pounds less than Grace was when she was born. So I don't know. Anyways, I know that's just like a total guesstimate anyways. It's just total guess. They have no idea how much your baby weighs. But it says that baby may have about an inch or so of hair already. I kind of feel like, I don't know, there's that old wives' tale about acid reflux or like heartburn or whatever, meaning that your baby's gonna have a lot of hair, and I've definitely had way more heartburn and acid reflux over like this whole pregnancy than I did with Grace, so I'm wondering if she'll have more hair. Grace had like a little bit of hair, just like enough to cover her head, but it did all fall out, and then obviously she grew new hair. So I'm wondering though if this baby will actually have like a significant amount of hair, although I don't think Greg was born with much hair, and I definitely wasn't. This app also says that the baby's shedding the vernix, is that how you pronounce it? It says, but you might see some of it at birth. Grace didn't have any of it when she was born, which I thought was kind of weird because she wasn't, usually like if they're overdue they don't have it, but she wasn't overdue. She didn't even make it to her due date. So I'll definitely be interested to see if this baby has vernix, which if you don't know is that like white creamy goopy stuff that's sometimes all over them. That's super good for their skin. I think it like moisturizes it. But yeah, I'll just be interested to see if this baby has that or not. I think that's sort of all the interesting things the app has to say. So let's jump into my symptoms. This past weekend, like when I first turned 38 weeks, I was pretty sure she was gonna come. Over the weekend I had a lot of Braxton Hicks, I guess, because they obviously weren't real contractions because here I am pregnant still. But I definitely was feeling really uncomfortable over the weekend, and I thought that it was the start of labor. I really thought that she might come, not enough to like text anybody or say like, hey, I think I'm going into labor, but I kind of felt like it was the beginnings of something. And then Monday came and nothing happened. My mom has been away. She comes home tonight like late, so I think around like 10:30 or something. So basically she'll be home now if the baby's born. So I think mentally I just like decided like the baby's not coming this week. She's not gonna be born. I think maybe that might have been part of why Monday rolled around. My mom left on Tuesday and it was just like mentally like, nope, this baby is not coming until my mom comes home so she can watch Grace. Because yeah, over this week I've been feeling pretty good, as good as you can feel at 38 weeks pregnant. Been uncomfortable, but like not, I haven't felt like labor was coming. Not that I really, I don't know, I suck at explaining. Like I didn't know, I barely even knew that I was in labor with Grace when it was actually happening, so I'm really nervous that I'm not gonna know this time. But anyways, I felt really good as you can for 38 weeks pregnant during this week. I have been getting a lot more Braxton Hicks contractions, and like I said, like over the weekend they were painful. They're like, I don't know, like not like super painful like labor, but like just past uncomfortable kind of painful on the weekend. But then during this week they've just been mostly uncomfortable, not really painful. Like I don't know how to describe it, just like really like tight and uncomfortable. I've had acid reflux mostly at night, so I'm wondering if it's from like laying down too shortly after I eat. But the biggest symptom this week has been pregnancy insomnia. Oh my goodness, I hate it. I'm like tired all day and like worn out. I think I'm more like emotionally exhausted all day, and then like in the evenings, I'm wide awake. I can't get to sleep, definitely not before midnight. Like I cannot fall asleep before midnight. Some nights I get up and like tidy up the house and like do things. I try to be quiet because obviously Greg and Grace are both sleeping, but it just drives me crazy. Some nights I just lay in bed on my phone because I don't feel like getting up. My body is like physically tired and like kind of sore, but I just can't fall asleep. It drives me insane. So I got another pedicure this week. I had a, what do you call it, like a gift certificate from my mom from Christmas that was like come due or whatever. Like it was only good until November. It was for a manicure, so I just paid like 10 bucks extra and got the pedicure. So I got that because I like to get a pedicure so at least something looks nice when I go into labor. I did that last time with Grace and I don't know, I just really liked it, so I wanted to be able to get a pedicure close to when baby comes. I also wanted to be able to use it because I'm probably not going to leave like a 2-month-old to go get a pedicure. I guess like there's no reason I couldn't or shouldn't, but I just personally probably wouldn't do that. So it probably, if I didn't use it now, it probably wouldn't get used until like ever basically, and then it would be like wasted because it's only good until like November. So that was really nice. It was really nice to have some like relaxing time, quiet time. And then the other thing about this week is that I had my doctor's appointment. I have them every week now. I lost about 1 pound. It was like just less than 1 pound. I think it's always hard. I have to convert it from kilograms to pounds because they always do kilograms at the doctor's office. So that definitely made me think that I was going to go into labor this week as well, because I didn't lose any weight with Grace. I just gained from day one. I gained that whole pregnancy. And right at the end, my last doctor's appointment, actually the day before I had her, I lost like a pound or 2 pounds, or I can't remember exactly. I'd lost a little bit of weight. I think I mentioned this before. My doctor said how that's like an old wives' tale. They're like, oh, that means you're gonna go into labor. So when I saw the scale and saw that I had lost weight at like this past doctor's appointment, I was pretty sure that labor was going to come because that happened last time. But I've lost weight, I think, other like previous weeks, and I gained more, like gained it back in this pregnancy. So I don't think maybe that doesn't, I don't know, I don't think that old wives' tale is true for this pregnancy. The baby's heartbeat was 125, which is lower than it usually is, but she said, my doctor told me that it's normal for it to slow down when you come to term, like when you're like basically due, which I didn't know. I've never heard that before, so that was kind of interesting. My blood pressure was 120-ish over 70-ish. I can never remember like the exact numbers. Usually it's like in the 60s, the lower number, but I think that number was slightly higher because I had Grace with me. So like I said, my mom was out of town and Greg's mom was working and my dad was out of town, and it just didn't work. I didn't want to ask anybody to take a day off work to watch Grace for like a 15-minute appointment when like in however many days I could go into labor. So I had her there with me, and she doesn't like to sit in any one place. She doesn't like to do anything that anybody wants her to do, so she was, you know, causing trouble. So I think that might be why my blood pressure was slightly higher. Not that 70 is anywhere near concerning, just a random point. My fundal height is still only 34 centimeters. I think that's what it was like in previous weeks. I'm pretty sure. I looked at the chart to like check, because sometimes she doesn't say, she just measures and it's like, oh good. But my doctor's never been concerned. That is small. It's definitely on the small side for 38 weeks, but I guess because there's no other concerns, she's not concerned about that. Generally, like this whole pregnancy, I've been a lot smaller than last time, or just like smaller than general, not necessarily the normal. I don't know. Anyways, that's what that is. She said the head is definitely lower than it has been in previous weeks, and that's pretty much it for my doctor's appointment. It was very uneventful. I think if Grace wasn't there, she might have wanted to check me because there was like a gown thing or whatever sitting out. If Grace wasn't there, I might have had her check to see if I was dilated, but like I mentioned in last week's video, I'm pretty sure, I don't think I want to do the membrane sweep. I just would prefer to go into labor naturally because my body's done it before, so why shouldn't it do it this time? If we get past 40 weeks, that's definitely something I would consider, but at this point, that's not something that I would have wanted, so it didn't bother me that she didn't offer to check or anything. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to say for this update. I'm really hoping that this is the last one. Tomorrow is, I turn 39 weeks and I turn 27 years old. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I am kind of really hoping that she's born tomorrow because it would be really cool to share my birthday with her. But my doctor is away at a wedding all day tomorrow and then half a Sunday, so it's kind of mixed feelings on if I want her to be born then, because I would prefer to have my doctor, not just like the on-call whoever is working doctor. But my doctor said that all the other doctors are really good and she totally trusts them and knows that I'll be in good hands. So I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I could have a baby tomorrow, which would be really exciting to share my birthday. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say, so I'll just go ahead and show you my 38-week bump. Okay, so here it is with my hoodie on. I don't know. And I'll take this off. She seems really like sticking out straight. I always feel like it looks different in real life and like in the camera like this, or in like a photo. I always feel like sometimes it looks so small, sometimes it looks huge. So here with my shirt off, belly button never really fully popped out, just that side, so like it looks like it in my shirt usually, but it hasn't actually popped out all the way. So yeah, there's my bump at 38, almost 39 weeks, and hopefully this is the last bump shot that I'm taking. So that is it for this week's update. I really hope this is the last one. I know I've said that a bunch of times, but I really do hope that she comes within this next week. So hopefully we'll see what happens. We'll see how the rest of this week goes, but I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to follow my journey. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!